I read Priscilla Presley's first biography back in 1985. I bought it in London. There was no internet by then. Nowadays, there's so much rush on the internet, and they really talk shit about Priscilla. You have to have in mind, though, she was 14 years old. She was still a child when she met him in Germany, where her stepfather and Elvis were stationed at the same time. Even though her stepfather was much older than Elvis, of course, and Elvis did just, it was the manager who sent him there because he was in a crossfire in America for being evil when he danced, So that's probably the best the manager, Parker, has done for Elvis. And Elvis was scared that he has lost his touch and was, lost everything. King Creole was incredible, that movie. And 3 of those films he made were just top notch. Well, anyway, going back to Priscilla, when she came to Memphis, she was told to live with Elvis' father, Vernon, until they got married. So she didn't have sex for 8 years. And I know how that is. I didn't either. So don't be too hard on her. And you always say, oh, how could she leave Elvis, the king of rock and roll? Well, it's hard if you've been, been away from, you haven't grown up normally, It's tough. It's tough. And she loved to baby him, and she did everything she could for Elvis. But then she wanted to have her own career. And nobody can blame her for that, She had Elvis, and he wanted his women to be in a certain way. I mean, he still, screwed around with everybody in Las Vegas, including Anne Margaret. But Anne Margaret said no to marry him, and he didn't want to because she was too tough. She was like another part of Elvis, Anne Margaret was a tough broad, and Priscilla was more softer, So, and she had talent. Priscilla had talents. And I haven't read her second biography. I will do that soon. So don't be too hard on Priscilla. You don't have a clue how it was to marry and be together with Elvis, He was a tough cookie, Even we all love him incredibly. He was pure, fabulous heaven, gorgeous inside out. He still wanted his women to behave and be a certain way. And that's tough sometimes, God bless Elvis. I love you forever.